Howdy and aloha, everybody. It's James Montauk. Still doing my thing. I'm on my 8th channel because my 7th channel had a community guideline strike. I thought it was copyright. Man, I don't know anymore, and they can just make up whatever they want still. And the World Economic Forum is still winning. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see anything changing. These people are still moving. They're still grooving. They got idiots that are doing all kinds of crap. Like for example, this chick. You got to hear this chick. So Harriet Hagman is a bull. She is a fucking trooper. Here, listen up.
Especially considering your statement explicitly admits that ECOA does not prohibit the consideration of immigration status.
Thank you, Congresswoman. As noted in the letter that we issued with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the law contemplates that a person's immigration status, often in conjunction with other factors, could be relevant to determining repayment prospects, but more...
Well, if considering immigration status is permitted by the law, what was the purpose of issuing this joint statement?
To clarify simply what the law that Congress gave us requires. It's an area where people have sought clarity,
okay.
Congresswoman.
Is it this administration's position that financial institutions are required to loan money to illegal aliens?
No.
Okay. When can I expect a response to my letter?
I will consult with our Office of Legislative Affairs to ensure that you receive a response, Congresswoman.
This is fucking nuts. I just talked about yesterday. This is real. They want to be able to give somebody the ability to stroll through the country and go be in the military. Like that. And I pointed out what it took for me to get into the military. It wasn't easy. 3 ASVAB tests, 3 hearing tests, and a 4th one when I was in. I thought I was going to get kicked out because my hearing got nerve deafness or something like that. My grandfather had it too. He had a hearing aid. You know, it's not as bad, not as severe. But anyway, and I put in a ton of work. I went from 334 pounds down to 241 pounds in like 9 or 10 months, just so I could pass the physical, right? And run and do all the stuff. And, you know, you had to have a percentage body count. Things have changed so dramatically. To get in the military, it's, if the education, the test process in regards to, you know, basic math and stuff like that, it's still there. But the requirements now are changing. And this is not it's not organic. It's not for the needs of the nation. It's to put infiltrators into our system. To put vetted infiltrators into our system. People that will listen to a particular group of people. Not just whoever's running the show. It's, on the day of, if you guys remember, there was, I should bring up the picture, but I could probably just type it in. During the time of the inauguration, troops called in during inauguration. 26,000 National Guard troops came to D.C. to protect the inauguration without incident. That happened. Why would you need that? Remember the barbed wire fence and the fences everywhere? They were really concerned. They were concerned that people weren't going to buy this bullshit. There's no other reason for it. If you remember, here it is. Right here. Fence, troops, everywhere. That's democracy for you. Right? my students who join the National Guard, right, to pay for school usually get called up and have to put off school for a year. One got sent to Poland for months before graduation. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Well, I mean, that's part of when you serve. I mean, yeah, it's just the process, man. It's just part of. I mean, you know, when I joined, I was very fortunate. My aircraft carrier was in dry dock. It was on pallets. If I've walked underneath an aircraft carrier that's sitting on wood pallets everywhere. It's amazing. This thing is so huge. You're just like, how in the fuck is this thing float? 1,093 feet, 250,000 horsepower, 2 nuclear reactors inside of the ship. Right? Like they're 20 foot, 16, 20 foot turbines, propellers. There's just a giant mass. And I was walking underneath this thing. It's just amazing to watch. The technology is amazing. I've walked underneath Dallas class subs too. You know, when we're doing work on, we had to work in these fucking rivet guns. Oh my god, it was. I thought I was back in construction. That's all what happened. I was just working in construction, and then I got back. I was tying steel at the time, and then I stopped tying steel, and I started partying, and then I decided to go in the military. And next thing you know, I'm in construction again. You know, working on an aircraft, painting and chipping off fucking rust. But the point, I mean, none of this is making sense. If you watch this girl, right?
Including to all of the questions that I've asked.
Yes, we'll work with our Office of Legislative Affairs to respond.
Have you been contacted by any financial institutions about this statement?
No, Congresswoman.
That's bullshit.
Have you taken any steps to ensure that these financial
That's a lie.
institutions are aware of what the law actually says?
Yes, this is a document intended to provide clarity. No, Congresswoman.
Have you?
Yeah, there are banks that they're trying to make a requirement. So there are banks out there that are trying to, you know, they're lending money. No legal citizenship status, right? Not able. I mean, this is craziness. It's craziness. And this chick she's Kristen Clark. She's the American attorney. She is now the United States Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Division, which I don't know why she's answering these questions. Her background is, you know, law here, law there, nothing. But she's nothing. She's completely, and from my perspective, just not very well qualified for this position at all. You know, honestly. I just don't see that. I haven't seen it from any of the Biden. They're just puppets. They're out there. And you have to see what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, I don't get seasick and dried out. I don't get seasick at all. People did, though. I forgot the name of the pill, but they used to take these pills, seasick pills or something. If you look at her demeanor, I think there's a.
You taken any steps to ensure that these financial institutions are aware of what the law actually says?
Yes, this is a document intended to provide clarity. There are institutions who have sought clarity and want to ensure that they are following the law and not running afoul of the law in this area.
Have you taken any actions against any financial institutions for turning down illegal aliens for loans?
No.
All right. What additional action pertaining to this joint statement have you and the Civil Rights Division taken?
Well, our partners at CFPB, for example, recently took action against,
in what way?
Against an institution that engaged
for
in
what purpose?
Discrimination based on national origin in violation of the law.
Is that a pending case right now?
It is a recent settlement, a recent resolution secured by CFPB. At the Civil Rights Division, we're committed to ensuring that banks and lenders are not engaged in redlining or engaged in any conduct that
But you're also not trying to force them to loan to illegal aliens when they can take that factor into consideration to determine who may be entitled to a loan. Is that correct?
We want a healthy economy with banks that comply with the letter of the law.
But you're not going to violate the law to do that, are you?
No.
Okay, thank you. With that, I yield my remaining time to the chair.
Yeah, it's baloney. That's not
Tractor
what's
Supply.
happening. She's just like, nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm fine. I want to look at these comments real quick. Go Harriet. I love Congresswoman Hagman. Oh, she's she's a linebacker. She kind of looks like a linebacker. But she's awesome. To me, she's a beautiful person. She's really trying to fix a lot of this nonsense. When I was young, I remember hearing that a good attorney already knows the answer to the questions they have. That's a great point. She doesn't have any answers. There's supposed to be a letter. The letter was supposed to indicate if they're giving away these loans to illegal immigrants, right? And they're trying to get them to do it. So not only can you come through the border illegally and just fucking get right into the military, basically, you can also get a loan. This is what they're trying to do, and they're just stonewalling. It's just bullshit. Yeah, we'll get with my people and we'll come and get you that letter and response and da-da-da-da-da-da. And they don't care if they lie. This is an agenda they're trying to do. I'm telling you, 2030 agenda is still moving. This shit is still going. Right? They want you to eat the bugs. They want you to be tracked. They want you to, I don't know what the hand is on the brain, but I think it's just, they want full control of you psychologically. That could mean what that means. Look at the backpack. It's a great little cartoon, whoever made this. If you can see the backpack, right? He's wearing high heels, wrapping that, unorganic flag around him. And there's the symbol that Bill Gates wears. Right there at the top right. This, the circular with it's supposed to be different nations coming together, all this other crap. And in the ruse, or the facade, or the con, right? The con, or the lie of that, you're going to own nothing and be happy. That's bottom line. And they're going to own you. Own you, literally own you. This is not a fucking joke. This shit is happening. It's so hard for people to get this. It's just really weird how I've a lot of people do, but there are many still out there that will not. They just won't even try. They don't want to know. They don't care. No, it's not. No, they're not. It's not going to happen. But it's freaking happening. It's still happening. Missouri versus Biden. One of the most, I love pears. They don't taste as good as they used to. Most fruit now just tastes like, doesn't have flavor. Is it just me? Not as much as it used to. But Missouri versus Biden is about freedom of speech. Probably one of the most important cases of our time. They're claiming that Biden, all this, and these shitheads, Christian Clark, Christopher Wray, and all these DOJ idiots, and all these fuckers, these corrupted sellouts to the World Economic Forum and their agenda. It just they've got so much money backing them. They don't care at this point, right? They believe that they're going to win in the end. It's almost like they know they're going to win in the end, but I just haven't seen anybody go after them. You know, I'm really waiting for Trump to say, you know, fuck the WEF. I'm waiting to hear those words. That would be fucking awesome. Or how about I denounce and believe that the World Economic Forum is a terrorist entity, group, and everybody associated with them. You know, Dick Durbin the other day, he blocked Marcia Clark, along with a bunch of other Democrats, of course, and in releasing the flight logs or the client list, basically, of Epstein. That happened. What does that say? Right? So the Department of Justice has this information, but they don't want to release it. They don't want to release anything. What is that really saying? That's just fucking nuts. It just makes no sense. I'm just trying to figure out, why are we giving money to non-citizens? Please explain. Right? You'd be surprised with what they're getting. That's why a lot of Americans, Hispanic, African American, white, whatever, we're like, what the fuck is happening here? There are actual vets that served in our country, for our country, that are living on the streets, don't have enough benefits, don't have a place to stay. Yeah. Why are we giving loans to non-citizens? Everybody's asking. We kicked out, busted Liz Cheney. Let's see. Yeah. Didn't Joe discriminate against Asians, Indians, whites, Native Americans, Hispanics, and men whilst choosing a nominee for SCOTUS? Yes, he did. And POTUS, isn't that a federal crime? There's all kinds of interesting comments. If you can't legally have a job, how can you report income in order to qualify for a loan? It's fucking amazing. I'll get those letters to you, or just have my people do this and do that. Right? This is a good one right here.
Roofers are furious.
Not the roofers. Oh, okay. Roofers are furious. James Langford, Republican, Oklahoma.
For Ray, who just this week in a hearing was asked about the threats that we're facing in the United States after October the 7th. He was asking what he saw with that, and his answer was, I see blinking red lights everywhere. The threat level has gone to a whole nother level since October the 7th in the United States. Yesterday, of those 12,080 people that illegally crossed the border, the vast majority of them were released into the country today. They had no criminal background check. They didn't have to prove their ID of what country they were from, because right now the soft-sided facilities that are housing migrants all along our southern border are currently running at 400% occupancy. So the goal is get them through and into the country, hand them a piece of paper, and literally ask them to promise to turn themselves in the future at some point. Go.
That's it.
Because we need your space, because there's more people coming. At the same time, the FBI director is saying, I see blinking red lights everywhere. We're literally releasing thousands of people day after day, no criminal background check, no evaluation of their history. Many of them, we don't even know what country they're from, and releasing them into the country. In the last 2 years, this White House has designated on our southwest border 70,000 people that they designated as what they call special interest aliens. These are individuals that are coming from areas known for terrorism, but we had no background information on these individuals. What happened to those 70,000 individuals? They were released into our country with a piece of paper saying, please turn yourself in the days ahead because we have no room to be able to house you here. That's what's happening.
That's fucking crazy. Like I said, when I worked at my grandparents' farm, I worked with the Mexicans. Coming across the border, worked their asses off. We paid them pretty decent, gave them breakfast, sometimes mostly lunch. I worked alongside of them, digging ditches, picking avocados. I'd even work at a couple other farms alongside of them just to make extra money on the weekend or whatever. And they bust ass. There's jobs out there that I don't see, I will never see a Generation Z person working in a strawberry field. I know that. You're never going to see that. There are jobs out there that people don't want to do. I'm telling you, you could not work 8 to 10 hours a day, doing hand picking and stuff like that. And they have technology, but some of this stuff you have to check. You have to make sure it's right. You have to make sure it's good. You need people. You can't, until they can create a robot, which they will. What are they going to do then? But the thing is in the past they had about 600, on average in the past few decades, about 600,000 to 800,000 people that would come in through the border. 600,000 to 800,000, give or take a few 100,000, on average, right? Now we're approaching 8 million in 2.5, 3 years. We're at 7 million something. It's crazy. And a bunch of those people, we have no idea what their intentions are, what they're here for, or what they're doing. And I've said this a million times. We've made friends with so many friends. There's people that are pissed off at us. There's countries out there that have been demolished by our bombs. We've had, it's like Vietnam, the Gulf of Tonkin. Bullshit. 9/11, bullshit. Kuwait. Kuwait was a deal that broke, and we backed the people that broke the deal. In Iraq, Saddam Hussein said, if you're going to dig, this was predetermined, maybe months or years prior. I think it was years prior. That if you're going to drill under my land, you just got to give me a cut. Kuwait said, okay. And then all of a sudden, Kuwait stopped. Kuwait stopped giving him the cut. And the reason why they stopped is because we told Kuwait to stop. We said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, show. Monotech 8. Yeah, that's the 8th channel. I put the 8 on there just for people to... Yeah, so we told Kuwait that, don't worry, we got your back. And there was one of the biggest reasons is because we wanted also that oil in Iraq and all the riches that Saddam Hussein had, millions of dollars. gold, all kinds of crap. Resources beyond you, just all kinds of crap. That's America's interests. We've invaded and overturned and cooed and illegally implanted and assisted in rigged elections and crap throughout the world for decades. People don't have no idea the amount of things that we've done to so many countries. Now we're going to let these people in. People that know we've done these things. People that hate us. They don't care. I know they know it's the corporations. They know it's the government. They know that, but they don't care. Somebody's gonna pop, or they're just waiting for the signal, and then boom, Trump can't get elected. You guys getting this? I'm telling you. Remember, I said this. Either they fix it now and they start taking down Biden through Hunter, and then they dig deeper and they find out that Ray, Mayorkas, Dolan, all these just criminals are all in this 2030 agenda. Right? It's all connected to that. No matter how you look at it, this entire demolition of our country is all connected to the World Economic Forum's agenda. We're the last stand. This is what people need to understand. This is the most important piece of my message, and I say it all the time. We're the last stand. We have the Second Amendment to protect us from a tyrannical, authoritarian, actual dictatorship that is happening now. And I know the Democrats are saying, oh, Trump's a dictator and all this. Look, if you've got orange mad bad syndrome, then I feel sorry for you, because that means you're still brainwashed. Oh, he did this and he's done that. No. I've done the research. I've rechecked my information. You have to understand that this guy has been attacked constantly. Why would you put so much of our tax dollars and this effort, like tidal wave of fucking accusations and indictment this and fucking and charges that and all this other stuff, and none of it's panned out. Most of it, all of it's frivolous. Most of it should have been thrown out a long time ago, but there's people that are corrupt in city, state, and especially federal positions. The J6 committee, all those people should be in jail. And we all know this. So with all that being the facts, right, and knowing that this guy really hasn't done anything, but just he was a freshman president, didn't really know what was going on. He's learning stuff. He got fooled by this guy and that guy, got played by Fauci, did this and that, But why are they trying so hard, desperately, to take this guy down? I have the answer. You're not going to like the answer. If you're a Democrat supporter, if you're a Green Party supporter, if you're anybody that doesn't like the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, or the Constitution, you're not going to like the answer. Okay, the answer is these people are the sickest. Okay, Dick Durbin just blocked, as I said before, the client list of the flight logs for Epstein Island. So those people, and the majority of them, and I know there's a few Republicans in there too. I would guarantee Lindsey Graham's in there. I would guarantee that fucking Mitch McConnell's in there. I wouldn't stoop so far as to say that fucking Mitt Romney's in there. Right? Joe Manchin's probably been to fucking Epstein Island a few times. Or Jim Justice from West Virginia, the governor. That guy's such a piece of shit. I'm gonna have my dog who's gonna get the Kool-Aid. You know, my dog is telling you to get the Kool-Aid. You better get the Kool-Aid. It's like, fucking Jesus, man. People all fell for it too. It's stupid. Yeah, yeah. He doesn't need to do this. He's coming back because he's pissed. He got fucked by people that he trusted, that he thought were on his side. He's still got a group of people, in my opinion, that aren't completely vetted, though. I think his campaign, he's got some people that really should not be in his campaign. There's people out there that could do a far better job. Or they're doing the wrong things and putting, this early mail-in is not a good deal. Because then if you're not around, then your vote's wasted. That's just not fair. Early voting means that you can't early vote, and I don't believe you can, because if you early vote, like a month or whatever early, and your candidate all of a sudden slips and falls, or fucking gets hit by a Patriot missile in the air, I think your vote's wasted. I don't think you get the vote for it. Another secondary person. Yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm fucking all going for it for this guy. They're trying so fucking hard to take this guy down. It's just, why? Because these fuckers don't want him to expose them. That's it. He's gonna. Oh, he's gonna. You're gonna. Trump doesn't have to walk the line like these other fucking puppets do. He's opposite Biden. Biden, if that is him, honestly, I just, sorry, I'm not apologizing. I'm just that I really don't think that's who you guys think he is. I think I've got a lot of proof to the ear thing, that is very suspect. Anyway, it's just amazing. So, and that's what a lot of Democrats are now seeing. A lot of Democratic voters, a lot of Libertarian voters, a lot of independent voters, and a lot of Green Party voters are going, why are they trying so hard to get rid of this guy? All right, why are they trying so hard to put this guy in jail, to get rid of him, to stomp him? Once Russiagate, Russia came around, right? Once Russia came around, and they started those accusations that turned out to be all completely false. Completely just lie after lie. Lies. Do you guys know? It's like people forget what a lie is. I am telling you right now, from personal experience, I know what a lie is. I've lived through a lie. I've lived through a lie. I've lived through many lies. But this one, in regards to Trump, Russiagate, that was a total fucking lie. And now there's more and more. Now J6, they clearly show these people are out. They're 100 yards from the Capitol. They're on the Capitol grounds. There's Ray Epps. Ray Epps is fucking out there. Get into the Capitol. Go into the Capitol. Right? And then they start shooting fucking tear gas at these people. To rile them up. To rile them up and to get those videos. To get those shots of showing violence. And then they go in and they're being fucking escorted around. Staying within the rope lines. if you're still saying it's a resurrection, then you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Okay, and they continue to try it. It's amazing to me. You have to. There's just so many out there that are just saying, why the fuck are they trying so hard to take this fucking dude down? They're trying everything they can. They're pulling out. I mean, it's just, they're using fucking football reverse moves, and they're using fucking no look pass moves in basketball. They're trying all the tricks. They're bouncing it off. They're shooting from the back of the backboard. They're doing everything they can. They're cheating too. They're using every cheating, fucking thieving criminal act in the book to try to stop this guy. This is crazy. This is not just crazy, but it's also very revealing. Hey, Cheryl, I see you. How you doing? Yeah, it's pretty obvious now. They keep trying, but then you have to ask, wait, why are you trying so hard? Because you're the ones that wanted him to run in the first place, right? You're the ones that wanted him to be the man, because you thought you'd be able to beat him in 2016, right? Isn't that what the case was? I think I got that right here. I'm going to grab it real quick if I don't, but I got to show you this. Because this is why they picked this guy. This is why they wanted him. And they told the Podesta emails, nobody talks about this because nobody understands it. But it was released on WikiLeaks, right? The Podesta email clearly and concisely indicated who they wanted, who was their person, right? Who was the person they were going to use? I think it's in this one. I got it. Don't worry. I've got it. They've been doing this. They fucking had this. They had this all set. Right? They said, this is the guy we're going to go after because I don't think he's going to win. It's right here. This is an actual document. It's still out there. You can find it. Right? This is it. When you have CNN, MSNBC, and the other media outlets at your disposal, this is Podesta, right? And he's talking to the media. He's under the guidance of Hillary Clinton, and she is the person that's giving him orders to do these things, right? And they're talking, so they're sending this information out to the media. You know the media doesn't work for you. You have please, just if you why does it say be back soon? I need to take that out. That's so stupid. Anyway, put it in the top right corner. Yeah. So Russia did not rig the primaries. No, because they kept saying it. The DNC did. No matter how hard these criminals are attempting to curb your ability to know that WikiLeaks has always been proven factual. So what they're saying here, just to kind of pick it, I'm not going to read the whole fucking thing, is they're saying between the three most popular candidates that are out there, right, Ted Cruz, Ben Carson, and Donald Trump, we want Donald Trump. That's what they're saying in this. We want you to put more emphasis, more time on whatever you can, putting out Donald Trump and giving him more advertising, more marketing, more face time, more branding, right? Because they thought they could beat him. because they thought they could beat him. But he started saying some things that people wanted to hear. And I remember this. I was just like, fuck, Trump. I was when this was happening back in 2015, I was leaving the Democratic Party and I was moving more towards the Green Party because I just couldn't stand the Democratic Party. They don't do anything. They haven't done anything. The only thing they brought was the Affordable Care Act, which is bullshit. Pre-existing conditions. That's pretty big, but have you seen how much that costs? The deductibles, the co-insurance? It's crazy. By the time you're done, you have to pay, in order to get coverage through the year, you have to pay like $6,000 in some cases, some 10 or 12, just to get coverage on certain things. It's fucking crazy. It's stupid. It was a fucking ripoff, And as I said, 2008, 2009, they had POTUS, Barack. They had POTUS. They had the supermajority, House, and the Senate. They could have passed anything. They could have stopped. They could have codified Roe versus Wade. They could have provided free college or daycares people were fucking eating. They could have raised the minimum wage, which hasn't been raised since 2009. They could have stopped the wars. They could have had more, what was that called? Work opportunity, or WAP. I forgot that. Workers. There was a program that was out that got canceled back then. It was, I forgot the name of it. And they were trying, and they could have done so many things for their caucus, for their people. And all they did was for 76 days, they had all that time. They could have fucking ruled, they could have had it all. They did nothing. Dennis Kucinich came out and said, let's try single payer. He was trying to get single payer, which is great. There's a version of single payer that the Republicans actually were looking into. I don't have I'll talk about that soon. Right? That made some sense. But they threw him under the rug. And they created the ACA, which totally benefited like 5 or 6 companies only. Every other provider or company out there were gone. Gone. It's just, the only thing that standard was Aetna, Blue Cross, and shit like that. Kaiser got the contract. And then remember how fucking drug prices went up? Sky high. Yeah, they fucking Democrats and the Republicans love Big Pharma. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot, they still love Big Pharma. But here's the proof. Hey man, thanks for coming by. So yeah, I'm going to be going up here pretty soon anyway. So here's the thing. They wanted to get him because they thought they could beat him. And when he finally won, Trump was fucking surprised. He didn't even think he was, the look on his face was like, what the fuck just happened? Right? And he didn't know what he was doing. He hasn't spent a lot of time in Congress. He's rubbed elbows with the Clintons and this person and that person. He's always been in that light. What is this? He's always been there doing those things. That I get that. Right? Doesn't make him an evil person. It just knows that he schmoozes with people that make the decisions. That's just smart. Are you getting that part? That's just smart. Yeah. Be around the people. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. I think that's what his philosophy was. Yeah, this just totally proves they fucked up. They picked the wrong fucking dude. That could have been one of the greatest fuck ups by this. World Economic Forum that I've ever seen. They fucked up back then, and he's coming back. He's coming. He's. But they're going to do whatever they can to stop that. They're going to do whatever they can. They're going to do everything possible. They're going to create so much chaos, fear, this, that, and the other thing. Their goal, and remember, their goal is going to be to create martial law, so all of a sudden there is no election. People are clearly saying, Donald Trump may have been the last real president of this country back in 2016, because we know that Biden wasn't a real president. We know that. I know that. I've got enough information to indicate that. If you think I'm wrong, just let me know. I'll send you all my information. I'll send you all the videos. I'll send you all the proof. Nobody does. Because we know. We know, you know, I know, and we all know that, you know, the main thing out there is Trump did not get, Biden did not get 81 million votes. Because he had at least 38 people at his rallies. You know, so that's for sure. With those 38 people at your rallies, you know you're going to win. You just fucking know, man. Right? That was fucking ridiculous. That was the biggest scam ever. And look, it's going to be it's being proven. It's the biggest scam. Pretty bad. Yeah. All right. I hope I got to the things I really wanted to talk about and kind of wanted to finish up. But let me just make sure before I go. Yeah. Christine M. Clark is just a tool. She's a puppet. Agenda 2030 is still in full force. These people really wanted, or this is their goal, right? But the end game, as I've said, the end game with all the elitist Pedo Predator Class types, the end game is they don't need your money anymore. They don't need your labor. They don't need you. They've got enough money. All these trillions of missing dollars, you know, here, missing dollars there. You know, they've just audit the Pentagon. They can't find trillions more dollars. They just don't know where it's at. 9/11, 2.3 trillion just before in September 10th of 2001. Rumsfeld came out and said, we can't find $2.3 trillion. That's bullshit. That should never happen. That's like you're working at a bar, right? That's like you're working at a bar, and it's called robbing the till. Dipping, it's called dipping in the till, right? And you're all of a sudden, you count your money, and there's money gone, right? You're looking at how many drinks were served, but there's like, it doesn't equate. You know, 600 drinks, this drink, that drink, you know, equates to, you know, this many thousands of dollars. But all you're counting is like a very small amount of those, maybe $1,000. At that point, somebody is stealing. They're stealing constantly. Every time the Democrats and the Republicans vote on anything together, they're stealing. Anything they fucking do together, it's theft. And if they all agree on it, it means money's going to them. That's what it means. They're just fucking stealing. Right? Stealing. And the fucking climate shit is stealing, and all this other shit is stealing. You know, they've been stealing for a long time. They've been stealing forever. Right? I keep, however many times I got to tell you, I'm going to keep telling you until somebody fucking gets it. right? This comic is over 80 years old, and you don't have to change a thing about it. It's every bit as relevant today as the day it was drawn. Yeah, the military-industrial complex always gets their cut. And I used to say before, in 2020, Big Pharma got jealous. So they started their own gig, right? Created this flu. that's an interesting, right? That's just alarming. Right? Is that a little alarming to you? Is that just a little, right? Why is this so big? Oh, yeah, make it a little smaller there. Yeah. Illegal aliens under Biden, past 2 or 3 years, now outnumber populations in 15 entire states. Like I said, it's going up to 8 million people. It's just, the impact, it hasn't hit, but it's coming, and it's going to be bad. No, that's okay, but they're going to be able to give loans to illegal immigrants, but not you. But not you. But not you. Right, just letting you know. Zach's got some good stuff. Like I always say, here it is. How do you tell who's telling the truth? The ones trying to silence other people are the ones lying. I don't think the buses should go anywhere in the United States. They should be dropped off thousands of miles away. But the only place they can take them is back to the border. And let them turn around. The Mexican government will not allow them for us to drive busloads of people into their country, because they come in through El Salvador. They fly in, land in fucking Mexico, and then they jump on these caravans in a sense, and they get to the border and they let them in. That's how this is working. You'll see. It'll all come out. It's this stuff. It'll all come out. All right, it's only 8:20. I might be back. It depends if anybody wants to say anything or do anything later. Let me know. I'll open the show for you if you have something to say. I should check with Cheryl though. Carrie, let's see if she wants to come on. Nope. My schedule. No, she doesn't want. Okay. No. Okay. Anyway, aloha to everyone. Thank you very much for being here. I truly appreciate you guys showing up and paying attention. Yeah. I keep start protesting. I keep saying, fuck the WEF. Anyway. Aloha, aloha.